Part 11 of Depraved by Brian Smith. While I'm listening to this entire story, I just want to be like, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Because this book is ridiculous. I don't really know if I'm quite enjoying it as much as I did at the beginning. So now we go back to Jessica after she is in the passenger seat of Larry's sedan, the chain-smoking, good-looking backwoods guy that she wanted to take advantage of earlier. She asks him a bunch of questions as he's chain-smoking into the night. They're driving. So why were you stopped back there? You were stopped for quite a long time, and I pulled up on you and you didn't even move. I detect some paranoia in that question. Why do you care? Jessica stared at him. She felt the urge to kiss him, to take advantage of him, and he knew he would like it. Just answer the question. Alright, I got this ex, Roxanne, skulking around my place recently. She's batshit crazy. You know the type. I just called my buddy Bill to go check out the place before I arrive home. I don't know what she's planning to do, but she's nuts. He said the coast was clear, so now we'll just go back to my place. Why don't you just get a restraining order then? Like, shouldn't be that hard. Ma'am, in this small town, restraining orders are sissy shit. It's either small town law or the highway, you know what I mean? No one's gonna go to do government stuff. Nobody listens around here. Are you kidding me? You either deal with it yourself or just get screwed over. Where's your phone, Larry? Where's your phone? Let me see your phone. Sure. It's in my pocket. Thanks. Is your friend William? Yeah, William. You haven't called William since yesterday afternoon. What were you really doing? You're lying, Larry. You're lying. Alright, fine. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't lying about the crazy ex. She's there. She's always around. She's nuts. If you look in the glove box, you're gonna see a bump of coke in there. I was just doing a little nose candy as soon as you pulled up, you know. I'm embarrassed. I didn't want to tell you. Of course, Jessica opened up the glove box, and sure enough, there it is. The, devil's powdered sugar. I can't look at it. What's wrong? You seem like, I don't know, treated it like it was a bomb. Why are you freaking out? I used to have a problem with that stuff. I went to rehab for it. And then for like the next 30 minutes, they kind of ramble about it. They're still driving, and she gets really hot and bothered by Mr. Larry. They kind of make out in the car. It's a weird, heated scene. They don't even know each other. As I wrote in my notes, she was the victim of assault early that day. Now she wants to aggress and screw the stranger. Horny over 9,000. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Just order your crunch wrap from this Taco Bell and leave. Get your Baja Blast and go. And then as they get out of the car and begin to approach his little trailer in the middle of nowhere, she's like, low-key, I kind of want to do a little hit of stuff and screw him all night. Wow. Back in the day when I used to be really addicted, I could go all night. And then, of course, the scene changed as Larry opens up his door. He gets blasted. His ex, Roxanne, rocked his world, all over the pavement. Larry's dead, my guy. Jessica didn't see that coming. She's just like, Roxanne stepped out of the trailer, brandishing a pew-pew stick, and she's like, I told you, motherfucker, not to come back here. And then, of course, the scene changed back to Abby. After her random meeting with Mama Weeks, she went into the empty Maynard home, and she's like, I gotta leave here. I just have to leave. I can't stay here. I wanted to leave by Saturday, but I could just go. She immediately went right downstairs to see dinner. Michelle Runyon, the missing girl. And of course, there was another sexy scene as Abby watched Michelle dangling from the ceiling, sleeping, chained up and sleeping, naked. Abby is really turned on by this scene. Oh, yeah. Michelle woke with a start, and she's like, kiss me, Abby. So they started making out, and it was hot and heavy, and then they started to canoodle a little. Long scene, and then suddenly Laura appeared in the basement. They didn't see that coming. What the fuck are you doing, you pervert? What are you doing down here? With the food? Abby, who's startled, gets off of Michelle and, oh no, get out of my house. Get out of here. Get your shit and get out, you perv. She said, my house, like their mother was already dead, like she already owned it. Abby didn't like that. So then this whole crazy scene ensues where Abby begins beating the shit out of Laura. Laura takes off upstairs, running through, the kitchen, the pantry, smashing through doors, and Abby just barreled right after her. And then once Abby caught Laura, she knocked her marbles loose. To go over my notes, she beat Laura to death with a meat tenderizer. Oh yeah, smashed her little cheekbones right in. And then of course that scene ended right back to Justine and Pete. And I'm getting tired of those two, because they screwed 4, 5, 6 times over and over and over. And Pete was enthralled by Justine's prowess. Oh, she knew what to do with those fingers. Oh, and that mouth and those hands. And as, they were going at it for like the 6th or 7th time, Pete noticed out in the shadows outside the cave, one of the Preston boys was, I think the word is voyeuring? Something like that. He was watching, and he was diddling himself. And just to summarize this whole scene, the Preston boys, barged in the cage, pulled them apart, and then they immediately went and started to take advantage of Justine, because they were all hot and bothered. And then Pete attacked the Preston boy, killing him, little chokehold, little dead. And then Pete grabbed Justine, and then they freaking left. They just started running. So now we go back to Hoke and Garner. Can't believe it actually took me this long to get their names right. So as naked Hoke and clothed demon Garner are walking through the Kincher property, through their farm, they're kind of walking and talking, chatting. Even though Hoke knew he was going to die at some point and become the vessel to demonic Garner's possession or whatever, Hoke is kind of scanning the surroundings and like eyeballing all of the Kincher clan. It describes each of what they look like, and like again, they're very malformed, and some are missing eyes, some are bulging eyes, some have oversized foreheads, or like their jaws are like protruding. They are all very developed in some parts. Every one of them is horny over 9,000, immediately getting, bricked up for the cause. This book is full of all of that. It's gone down from the horror to straight up corn. So as Hoke is like sizing up one of the Kincher boys in his ugly mug, he's like, God damn, that boy was hit with the ugly stick so hard that the ugly stick broke. You admire my work. I mean, when you said you took your rage out on a whole group of people, you weren't lying, my guy. Good job. But damn.